to Real Issue Podcast. I'm your host, Martel Llewellyn. Guys, if you are a Miami Heat fan, continue to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the support. If you're an NBA fan, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for all the support. So Sun Sentinels, Ira Winderman says, what the Heat have to do in the offseason is bring in a new cast of three-point shooters. There is absolutely no indication that this group will be turning it around anytime soon. He's absolutely right. I think that the Miami Heat's three-point shooting went dead at the end of last season, right before the playoffs. I think that if the Miami Heat were able to keep up their high three-point shooting last season going into last year's playoffs, we would have went to the NBA Finals because why? We were the best three-point shooting team in the NBA last season. And I will say, nobody would have ever imagined this drop-off. We went from the best three-point shooting team to the worst. Our offense is horrendous. But once again, it just comes down to undrafted players. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, but, probably we could turn it around. No. Duncan Robinson hasn't been able to shoot since 2 years ago. I have yet to see him hit two consistent or two back-to-back threes in forever. Like, I know that he was out with the injury, but he's another one. He hasn't improved his game. I think that the Miami Heat, he's probably the only Miami Heat player that has not gotten better each year he's been with the Miami Heat. I think that, all right, fine, he can shoot the three, but what else can he do? He can't rebound. He can't pass. He can't set screens. He's terrible on defense. I don't see him taking the ball to the rack. He has no float game. So what are you really contributing to this basketball team? You're not a basketball player. You're a one-dimensional player that got overpaid. No one would have ever imagined the drop-off that he's having right now, because don't get me wrong, I think that if the Miami Heat at least had decent three-point shooting, not even above average, or just average three-point shooting, we wouldn't be in the 7th spot. Why? Because our offense is terrible. We can't hit a shot to save our lives. And once again, this all really comes down to Duncan Robinson not really getting better. How come he's not hitting the weights? How come he hasn't put on muscle mass to absorb some of the contact to be better on defense? These are all the things that I'm very concerned about. You're in the NBA and you're not hitting the weights. You're not in the weight room. You're not trying to get better. Now, Max Strus, I think Max Strus, we should have traded him at the deadline. I think that he's a very streaky player. Once again, he's another one that the Miami Heat cannot pay him. Absolutely not. All these undrafted guys, I want them off this Miami Heat team immediately. We cannot pay these guys. Ira Winderman is right. We need to go out there and get better three-point shooters and guys who can shoot the three, but they can also do a little bit more. I don't want these one-dimensional players that are on this Miami Heat team that can only shoot threes. Negative. I need guys that can pass, shoot, rebound, and with some athleticism at that. This Miami Heat team, we have no athleticism besides maybe Jimmy and Bam and Caleb Martin. There's no athletes on this team. It's just a bunch of guys that are running around here shooting up the ball, very inconsistent and one-dimensional. But let me know what you guys think about what Ira Winderman says, because we definitely need a new cast of three-point shooters. Unfortunately, we might have to continue to eat this Duncan Robinson contract. I think that Duncan Robinson, he needs a change of scenery. I think that's probably one of the biggest things, but there's tremendous holes in his game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe as we continue to push to 2,000 subscribers.